It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the Washington Commanders. We're looking at Jacory Croskey-Merritt. We're going to watch him work through some drills, catch some balls, and everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice. We're looking at training camp. We're looking at your favorite players, your favorite teams, those rookies, those camp battles. And guys, you're getting ready to draft in fantasy football. It's all right here. It's free. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes. We're looking at Jacory Croskey-Merritt. I got a lot to say. We're going to loop this and keep talking ball. We got a minute of clips here, but there's a lot to say here because there he is. There he is right there. Boom. This one's from the Commanders, and things are looking good. Things are looking good in camp. I want to repeat that. Things are looking good. Here's another one from earlier in the week. You see that cut. Moving well with the bags. And I'm hearing good things from beat writers. And it just keeps sizzling up. We looked at him at OTAs, minicamp. He's moving well. You look at the veteran running backs that's there. You look at Austin Eckler for sure. How he's been hitting the injury reports off and on these last few years. See him catch the ball right there. This is a running back prospect that you put on the tape from college. You put that on. He didn't play much last year, but you just put it on anyways. The thing about him, and you'll notice this from the tape, man, assertive, aggressive cuts, good vision. He can also be very patient as the hole opens up. But when he sees that hole and makes that sell tactic, making you think he's either going to run up the backside of that lineman or potentially go to the other side, so that linebacker's just stuck in purgatory waiting for the move, and then he cuts it over so quick and so aggressive that he gets it. And his feet is absurd. His feet is nasty. Like with the approach to the line of scrimmage and into the hole or breaking off somebody in that second level, that linebacker area, that is something that could really pave a way in the NFL, especially with this team. If you're looking at this for fantasy football, you're looking at dart throws at rookies, especially rookie running back position, your last few picks, and they're dart throws. The thing about Croskey-Merritt, we're on an offense here. We got some veteran running backs there who's gotten banged up before. Injuries happen. But we also know, like Jeremy McNichols came in last year and he was productive. The backup running backs on this team can be productive. They can shell out touches. And what we're seeing here with the news from camp, how like there's almost something every day so far about Croskey-Merritt. There's just something every day about him. And that's a good testament because we are hearing a lot of good things too from minicamp and OTAs. But minicamp and OTAs, it's a lot lighter. And it's a lot lighter right now compared to what we're going to see here in the next few days and weeks here at training camp as things ramp up in training camp. For a lot of these teams, it's mostly drills and then a little bit 11-on-11s, a little bit 11-on-11 red zone work at the end of practice. And then when they get out in front of fans, or later on when they get the pads on after they get the shells, they'll ramp it up. They'll ramp it up. Because you got that big break period. They want to make sure the systems, the basics are good to go. They want to make sure everybody's good to go before they ramp it up. They don't do it the first couple practices. And right now, we're in our infancies. I mean, a lot of these teams started on July 22nd. Some teams came in the building a little bit with the rookies and quarterbacks. Prior to that, well, a lot of teams did. The Chargers and Lions start earlier. That being said, you're looking at this. Everything I've heard from Croskey-Merritt so far has been very positive. You're getting a lot of buzz early. And I believe you're going to continue to get a lot of buzz. And that those little tidbits from the tape is also what's being said about him from the beat writers. So things are lining up here. When you look at where he's going in drafts, he's in dart throw territory. On top of that, on Underdog Fantasy, he does not really have ADP. He's going outside the scope of ADP in drafts. Some people will pull the trigger on the 18th round, 17th round, but ADP-wise, he's not really there. So in your home league drafts, not really there. you got to at least have your finger on that trigger when it comes to the waiver wire, or you just get them. You just get them and you hope. You got to pull a trigger on one of these late round running backs anyways in your leagues. You just got to. This running back class is too deep and too talented. And so what? It misses. So what? Who cares about that roster clogging wide receiver or running back that makes you feel good because he gets 9 to 10 points a game, might get some touches? The upside could be immense with some of these late round running backs in this year's class, and it's all about attrition. And if attrition hits, and it's going to hit, and it could hit the running back position more this year compared to last year because it was very light last year, and it was very light on the running back position the year before. So if it even reverts back to our 5 to 10 year average, it's going to feel like Armageddon to us. And a lot of people are going to be flocking to these young running backs for their handcuffs, for their dart throws. So why not get in early on that? And compared to last year's class, you only had 3 to 5 running backs at max that were draftable in fantasy for redraft. 3 to 5. This year, we have 3 to 5 guys that are going outside of drafts that have potential. That's the thing about that. I'm talking about you, Underdog Fantasy, that have potential, that we're watching like a hawk every single day. Camp, in season when the injuries hit, the injury reports. Are they going to get a couple touches this week? What's that going to look like? This is another player like that. I believe he's going to get his opportunity somewhere down the line. He looks like a guy that's going to cash in on that. He looks like a guy that can cash in on that. He's got the vision. He's got the feet. He's very aggressive. He's very assertive. For the cost, this is huge for the Commanders too. Just getting another good running back for this backfield. And the upside's immense. You could be getting your next Alfred Morris. This is kind of like how Alfred Morris kind of came on back in the day. If you're a Commanders/Redskins fan or whatever you want to call yourself. Because it was just little news here and there throughout the summer. And then next thing you know, it's preseason and it's right before draft time. And you made your selection, you made that dart throw, and then it was all of a sudden, boom, blast off. Now, things have to happen for that. You have 2 veteran running backs in front of them. But what happens if one goes down? What if they want to use him instead of McNichols? McNichols is on the roster still. They like him. They like him. That's another avenue that could be in the way. However, every single day, we're hearing good buzz. We're hearing good things about him. And they got him at a good price tag. He's cheap. If you're looking at this dynasty-wise, should have already been drafted in your rookie draft. Should have been a late-round flyer. Should have been with the Flyers that you've been picking up and a guy that you've been paying attention to all along. And with the Flyers, it's really like your preference. It's just your preference. You throw that dart throw on. Because honestly, with a class like this, and you may go, I got this guy at 10, and I got this guy at 13, and micro, economic-wise, I get it. Macro-wise, you just put them in that tier, and you're like, I just diversify from my Flyers, and I get a little bit of everybody. That's one way I look at it. That's how I look at it when it comes to those batches of players and rounds and value. And some I will like a little bit more than others. And I'll have maybe about 10, 20% more than those other running backs. Croskey-Merritt climbed that situation and everything else. But on top of that, I diversify. It really depends. If you're in one league, then you just get your guys. If you're in 2 leagues, just get your guys. If it's a $20 league, just get your guys. If you're in 50 leagues, you diversify. So the strategy's different in that standpoint and your format and everything else. I really preach diversification. I'll give you how I feel on the player, but I'll give you how I feel on the player so much that it should help you make your rankings how you feel on the player as well. On top of that, to where you can make those decisions. Croskey-Merritt is a player that's an upside play, lottery ticket play, that's getting good buzz, has a lot of upside. I think he's going to be great for this team. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.